so that it could avoid using, so that it could avoid doing the same calculation again and again. Okay. Similarly, I have given one more problem about the same thing, that in this you have to find the greater element on the left hand side. Okay. Now let's see today how this problem can be used to solve a very important problem. Okay. Just give me a hope okay, today also we are going to do the same thing. Like, if you have any doubt, please raise your hand, and if you have understand the things, you can give me a thumbs up emoji. Cool. So that is how we are going to do it today as well. Okay, so today's problem is called as rainwater trap problem. This is one of the famous problem in the array. Okay, let's try to understand what the problem is, and then we'll see how we can solve it. Okay, so this is the problem which we are going to solve. This is from the lit code. If you see, it's come in so many companies. You can see in last 6 months only, it is being there in Amazon, Goldman Sachs, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, almost all FANG companies. It is there. Okay, let's try to understand the problem first and then see how we can solve it. Okay, so what it says is, you have given an integer, you have given an array of positive integers. Each element represents the height of a bar. Bar. Find the total water it can be accumulated between the bars. Okay, accumulated between the bars. Okay, so let's take an example and further understand how what the problem is. Let's take the example of from here itself. Okay, so this is okay. Just this is the array given. Okay, so if you draw a bar graph here, so if I draw a bar graph here, okay, where width of every bar is 1 unit. So let's draw a bar. So the first is 0. Okay, better to not use this line, it will confuse you. I will writing here first of all what are they. So it is 0, it is 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, then 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, and okay, this is. So let me extend this line. Still better. So if I create a bar here, so here the bar is of 0 height, so it doesn't. Here the bar is of height 1. Here again the bar is of 0 height. Here again the bar is of height 2. Here the bar is of height 1. Here again it is 0. Here again it is 1. Then it is 3. Then it is 2. Then it is 1. Then again it is 2. And then it is again 1. Okay. Now you can see that here there is certain spaces between these bars. Okay. So if a rain comes, okay, suppose a rain comes. So what will happen in this blank spaces, the water can be accumulated. Here also it will be accumulated like this. In this all blank spaces, the water can be accumulated. Now what we have to find is how much total water it can accumulate. Okay. Total water means every all the means here it is accumulating some water, here it is accumulating some water, here it is accumulating some water. So what is the total water it can accumulate here? Now one thing, okay, try to understand the problem first, and then I will give some initial thoughts. And please raise your hand if you have any doubt. Is this problem clear to everyone? Divya, Justin, Vishal, Vishnu, Sudhir, Sakshi, Priya. Oh, do anyone have any doubt so far? Okay. Now let's see how the water accumulated is calculated here. Okay. One thing is very clear that these shapes are very irregular. They are not irregular shape means they are not even sometimes they can be rectangle, they can be square, they are irregular means like this shape. This is something very irregular in nature. Okay. So what happens is we can't define any shape here. Okay, we can't. First thing is we can't define any particular shape. Okay, so what we have to see, we can break it down. How we can break it down? If you look at a particular bar, you can see that you can break it down into a rectangle. If you look at a particular bar, the accumulated water, accumulated water looks like a rectangle. Looks like a rectangle. Am I correct? Because if you see this particular bar, this is a rectangle. If you see this particular bar, this is a rectangle. If you see this is a rectangle and this is the rectangle. So it means that we can easily calculate per bar. We can calculate per bar how much water can be accumulated. Water can be accumulated. Okay. Per bar, how much water can be accumulated. This we can define and then we will make it a total. Okay. So how we can do that? So first of all, give a thought by yourself. If you have to find that how much water it can accumulate by on a bar, how you will define? How much water it can hold? How much water it can hold? Okay, think because to hold the water, some deep shape need to be created. Okay, some deep shape need to be created to hold water. Okay, it means that if you see any container also, okay, how the container looks like. This is a container. This is how the container. So this particular is the boundary for the container. These red lines are the boundaries for the container. Same thing here also. You need to have the boundaries. You need to see what could be the boundary for a bar so that it can hold the water. Am I clear? Okay. So what you have to find? You have to find the boundary of container. So boundary of container means boundary by which a water on a bar can be hold off. Okay. How you can do? Think. Take 5 minutes of your time and think how you will do that. And just for helping you, it is 1 unit of water because rectangle is how you calculate rectangle. Rectangle is area of rectangle is area of rectangle is length into breadth. So breadth is one always because we have already defined that the width of every bar is 1. So height is 1. So this is 1. Here water can be hold of 1 unit here. Okay. Here it is holding 2. Here it is holding 1. Here it is holding 1. So the total it is holding is 6. Output is generally 6. Now think how you can get this 6. I already gave one hint that you have to calculate per bar and then make a total of it. Try to understand the things which I have discussed till now. If you have any doubt, please raise your hand so that I can help you out. Anyone is having any thought here? How you can define the boundary for or a container or a bar here? You can answer me in chat. You can raise your hand. Anyone? If you look closely, okay, I will tell and you just check whether you are thinking the same thing or not. So if you look closely, if I take this bar as an example, okay, so this is a bar of height 0. Okay, let's take another one. Let's take this one. If I take this bar as an example here, you can see that this is creating the left boundary and this is coming from the water level can be till this. This is coming as the right boundary. Okay, for this bar, this is the left boundary and this is the right boundary. So left boundary is this and right boundary is this. Left boundary and right boundary is nothing but the greatest element for this element on the left hand side, greatest element on the left hand side, and greatest element on the right hand side. Okay, so this greatest elements are creating the boundary for this particular bar. Okay, so the greatest element for this element and greatest element on right hand side for this element will create the boundary between them. Okay. And once you know the greatest element, the left side greatest element and the right side greatest element, you will take the minimum. Why minimum? Because if your container look like this, if your container look like this, how much water you can hold? Till the smallest boundary, because this boundary is big, this is small, it will overflow when you try to put more water in it. Okay, so that's why whatever whoever is the minimum, you will take that. So one thing is clear that minimum of greatest element on left hand side, comma greatest element on right hand side, we will take. Okay, this is one thing. Another thing is that current bar will have some height, so that will also occupy space and that much water will be reduced because that current bar has having some height. Okay, and you have told that okay, this is the left hand side, this is the right hand side, and minimum is the left hand side, and but still the current bar will have some height and that height need to be reduced to get the exact amount of water. So you will be subtracting the current height. Current height, let's say A of 5. Okay, perfect. Current height, it will be better. So this is you will be calculating for per bar. This is the formula for per bar or per bar. Okay, this is. So we will calculate for every bar and make it a sum of it. Am I clear so far? Priyal, Sakshi, Vishita, Vishnu, Justin, Durga. Okay, I will repeat one more time. See, what happens is per bar, again, I'm going back from the start. Okay. If we look at a particular bar like this, if we look at a particular bar like this, then to see how much water it can hold, we need to define a left boundary and right boundary, as I told you here. The left boundary will be the left more whatever the greater element in the left side, or whatever the greater element on the right hand side. Okay, that will create the boundary for it. Okay, so it's bit uh, tough to imagine because you will see like this. Okay, but this boundary is coming from this part only. From this part only, this much is coming because we are calculating per bar. Okay, so what I have done, this whole structure I have divided into three parts. This whole structure I have divided into three parts. How? One is this part, one is this part, another one is this part. Okay, so this is the first part, this is the second part, and this is the third part. So these parts are nothing but the per bar area, how much water it can hold. So this, if you see the division, it is coming from nothing but the greatest element on the right hand side. And this is coming from nothing but the greatest element on the left hand side. And greatest for per bar we will be doing. So once we have the greatest element on the left hand side and greatest element on the right hand side, what we will be doing, we will be just subtracting the current height, because current height is will doesn't allow any more water to get hold. Okay, and why we have taken minimum? Because your container might look like this. Okay, so if a container is look like this, I will draw the container again, where one boundary is less than the other boundary, then you can hold water till the small boundary only. Otherwise, the water will overflow. Okay, so it will not fill up beyond this. So that's why I have taken the minimum. Is it clear now? Vishal, is it clear now? Okay. Now think how you will calculate the greatest element on the left hand side, how you will calculate the greatest element on the right hand side. Okay. Just think how you will do that. And while thinking, keep on mind that yesterday we did some problems. Can we take the help of that or not? I'm giving you 10 minutes now to think about the solution, how we can solve this. We have, you can use the yesterday's approach also. Okay. Think, connect the dots now. Okay, by yourself first, and then I will be helping you out. Good. Can we do this? Vishita, Ritushri, Priyal, Niharika, Vijay, Divya, Vishal. Sure. Okay. Okay. I will be on mute. I will be here only. If you have anything to ask, you can just raise your hand. Okay. Let's discuss. So, as I told you guys that you need to find the greatest element on the left hand side and greatest element on the right hand side. Okay. How we can do that? So, one approach of doing that is for every element, you will be going in the left hand side to find the maximum element, and you will be going in the right hand side to find the maximum element. Okay, so for example, uh yeah, so for example, this element will be, you will go here. So suppose this is I, so what you will do, you will loop from 0 to I minus 1 to find the maximum element. So maximum element will be the greater element on the left hand side. Similarly, you will go from I plus 1 till n minus 1 to find the greatest element on the right hand side. Okay, so what happens here is, if you do for every element, because for every element you need to find the greatest element on the left hand side and greatest element on the right hand side. If you do the same thing for every element, then it will be not so good approach, because you will be finding the maximum every time. If you remember the last class discussion where we are trying to find the maximum element on the right hand side, we are doing the same thing. We will be calculating the maximum element for every current element. Okay, that was not so good approach. So what we can do is, the last class, the same approach. We can use the already known information with us to get the greatest element on the right hand side and to find the greatest element on the left hand side. Okay, there is only a simple yeah. So I will be taking two extra array here. One I will calling as LH right hand side, and one I will be calling as RH. So let's see first how we can calculate the LH. Okay. Now look carefully. Yesterday's problem, we will be trying to find the greatest element on the right hand side by one thing. We are not including the current element. Okay, the same way we will do it here. Okay, or even you can include the current element here in this case. Okay, because why I am saying so, okay, you can include the current element here, because it might be possible that the current bar itself is greater than anything, like 3. You will not find any greater element on the left hand side. You will not find any greater element on the right hand side. You can include the current element in your calculation. Okay, so that's the only difference in the last class discussion and the today's discussion. So that makes here 0, the greatest element is 0 only. So where we are looking in the left hand side, we know that for 1, this 0 is the maximum element among all the elements on the left hand side. This 0 is the maximum element among all the elements in the left hand side. Okay, this maximum element, this is the maximum element among all the elements in the left hand side of current element. Okay, so what we have to do to find the maximum element among 1, we just need to compare this 0 and 1, which is greater, 1 is greater. Similarly, for this element, we know that this one represents the maximum element among 0 and 1. So you will compare this is 1. Then you will compare this, 2 will be greater. 2 and 1, 2 will be greater. 0 and 2, 2 will be greater. 1 and 2, 2 will be greater. 2 and 3, 3 will be greater. 3 and 2, 3 will be greater. 1 and 3, 3 will be greater. 2 and 3, 3 will be greater. 1 and 3, 3 will be greater. Okay, so that's what I have done. I have, in this discussion, if you compare to the last class discussion, in the last class problem, we are not including the current element, but here we are including the current element. That's why you are comparing the current element with the previous maximum element. Okay, and this is an extra array I have taken. Similarly, I can calculate the right hand side also. It will follow the same thing. For 1, the right hand side, it will be 1 only. Okay, for 2, I know that this is the maximum element so far among all the elements in the right hand side. So 2 and 1 greater is 2. 1 and 2 greater is 2. 2 and 2 greater is 2. 3 and 2 greater is 3. 1 and 3 greater is 3. 0 and 3, 3 is greater. 1 and 3, 3 is greater. 2 and 3, 3 is greater. 0 and 3, 3 is greater. 1 and 3, 3 is greater. 0 and 3, 3 is greater. Okay, like this. So now what we have, if you look at every index or any particular index, you will see that we have the greatest element in the left hand side and we have the greatest element in the right hand side for that particular index. Okay, if I put the indexes here, let's say these are the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. So what a single index represent? In single index, this is the right hand left hand greatest element, this is the right hand greatest element, and this is the current element. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to simply put it into our formula. So formula says that, okay, so formula total will be total plus minimum of LH of I comma RH of I plus, sorry, minus current height A of I. Okay, and this will be, we will be calculating for every bar. So you will be putting a for loop: I equals to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. Cool. And this total will be your answer. So this is how we can use some extra space to solve the problem efficiently. Okay, just go through it once to understand the problem. Try it by yourself. If there is any, yeah, there is any other example also. So what you can do is, you can do two things. First is try out or just check whether you got the current approach or not. Okay. Then check, then apply the same thing on the second input and see whether you are getting the answer or not. Okay. It will just cross check whether you have understood the problem or not. Okay. Then we will see how to write the code. First, try to understand the problem. The output here is 6. Okay. Just take your time, try to go through the approach, okay, and see whether you are getting the approach or not. If you are having any doubt, please ask me. And see, try to apply the same thing on the second input and see whether you are getting the answer. Cool. Okay. So, as I told earlier also, this left hand side greatest element is creating your left side boundary, and this right hand side greater is creating your right side boundary. Okay, so water can be hold between these two boundary only, like a container. If you imagine a container, how a container hold some water? Because of its left and right boundary. Okay, that's why we have taken the left hand side greatest element, right hand side greatest element. This become the left boundary, this become the right boundary. Why we have taken minimum? Because water can stay till the minimum edge only. Okay, so suppose you have the container like this. Okay, so what happens here? It only contains the water till the left boundary. Otherwise, it will take out of it. Okay, goes out of it. That's why we have put it minimum. Now, why we have subtract this current height? Because current height will avoid having water in that space. Okay, so above that height only, current element height only, you can accumulate the water. That's why we have subtract the height here, current height here. Okay, the way is it clear? Okay. Guys, did you apply the same logic on the other input and did you get the answer? Justin, Niharika, Priyal, Vinod, Vishnu. Oh, so everybody is getting the answer. I have. So for 420325, you are getting the answer is 9. Everyone is getting that? Anyone is having doubt who, or anyone's who is not getting this answer? Justin, Pratishi, Vishita, Vinod, Vishal, Vishnu. Okay. Now, let's write a code for this. Okay, let's try to write a code for this. Okay, here itself. So I'm using Java as a language. I already have a height with me. Okay, I will try to write the code for this. Now, so as I told, I am going to take two arrays to keep the left side height and the right side height. So let's first take the height of, let's take the length of the height array. Okay, now you have, let's define two array. Let's say LH equals to new and alien. equals to length of the current array, and similarly we can have the another array called RH. Okay. Now we have two array. Now what we will do, first we calculate the left tallest or left greatest. Okay. So what I will be doing, I will be looking. So before that, I know that we don't have any element beyond before the first element. So I will be storing the first element here only. Right. Okay. Then what I will be doing, int I equals to 1, I less than length, I plus plus. Then what we will have, simple, LH of I will be equals to math dot min, comma, from between your LH of 0 and the current element, which is height of, height of array. Okay, this is, sorry. So this is we are checking height of I. Similarly, we want to calculate the right greatest. So calculate the right greatest. So RH of n minus 1. We know that beyond that there is no element. So we will be keeping n minus 1. We will be going from n minus 2 till greater than equals to 0. And we will be doing I minus minus. And that's why RH of I will be equals to math dot minimum between RH. This is not 0. This should be I minus 1. This should be I plus 1. This should be height of current line. Okay, like now what we will be doing, we will be calculate the total water. So to calculate the total water, what you have to do is simply loop through each and every element, okay, from 0. From 0, then I can have a function called, so a variable called total equals to 0. So here it will be total equals to total plus math dot. One mistake I have done here is it should not be min, it should be max, because you want to find the maximum element. Here it should be minimum. So here should be LH of I, comma RH of I. Between both of them, we have to find minimum, because till that only you can hold the water and separate the current. And then in the end, return product. Okay. So let's see. Try to run the code whether we have done any mistake or something. So this one, n minus 1. Okay, it should be alien length. So it's not defined. It should be last element. Out of bound. Why? It should if it go from. Good, we are getting this. Let's try to run for the other one. Let's see what about both of them. We are getting the answer for both of them. Let's try to submit whether it's correct or not. Okay. The issue is I have not covered one case where where your array is empty. Okay, so this such things we need to be taken care of when we try to write the code. Okay, this is what we call as a concatenation. If length is equals to 0, what we will do, we'll return 0. Let's see whether it will cover this case or not. This case, code, yeah, it will be. Let's see whether it's, no, it is accepted. Okay, now the thing is, guys, am I audible? Is this clear how we have coded this solution? Anyone is having any doubt in this solution which I have just put it down? Real, Pratushree, Niharika, Justin, Divya, Durga, Vishal, Vishnu. Okay. Now one thing is, this can be modified further. See, we have uses two extra array, LH and RH. Okay, this can be further optimized. Optimized in the sense, instead of taking the two array, extra array, we can solve this with the help of one array only. Okay, so what I will be doing, I will be calculating the left greatest at the same time while we calculate the total itself. Okay, I don't have to calculate in the first place. Okay, so how I will be doing? So what we can do here is, we can update this, and here how we are calculating. Okay. So I will be using the same array. I will be using the same array to store the greatest element till that point. Okay, till then, because and we will get the, okay, but you will be replacing, so you will need and where equals to height of I. Okay, so before updating that, height of I will be holding the 10. Okay, what I missed. Height of I. Okay, so one thing is, we need to cover this case. Okay, so height, we can start with this one, and we can initialize here this one with height of 0. Okay, so we are not getting the correct answer for the second one here. What mistake we have done it?